Why did you ask the Productivity Commission to examine local government funding and financing arrangements?
Well, essentially that came from the coalition agreement between Labor and New Zealand First. A decade on from the Shand report, there's a concern that both costs within local government have increased, but equally rates have increased well beyond the inflation rates. So we think it's an opportune time to say what are the drivers of those costs and how do we make sure that we give local government the tools it needs to be able to finance what it needs to do.
How much of an issue is government debt?
Government debt,
Local government
debt. Look, most of the large growth councils are up against their debt ceilings in terms of what that means for their credit rating. So that it does make it difficult. And a lot of councils, be it Auckland or Queenstown, are coming to us with ideas for how they can raise other sources of revenue. We want to have a proper look at that through the Productivity Commission. But there's two sides to the inquiry. One side is just looking at, well, what has driven these costs? The other side is what can we do to support councils to raise revenue?
So would you be comfortable with councils taking a share of GST or income tax and using that to fund their infrastructure?
I've said that I'm not keen on GST to do that because I think once you start that it undermines the tax base, but certainly obviously in Auckland we've seen a regional fuel tax. There's a proposal in Queenstown around a bed tax. What we've got to look at is what are the best vehicles that we can provide people. SPVs is another example, but we're looking to the Productivity Commission to come up with some ideas.
Why doesn't the government use this window of opportunity of 2.8% interest rates to fix the infrastructure crisis that we have instead of waiting for a couple of years to get approval from the electorate and then doing it?
Well, as you know, that's what we campaigned on the structure we have. But bear in mind, in cash terms, we are borrowing more and we are doing a significant amount more in terms of infrastructure.